Say something that might shock you all because, I'm a nerd. I don't really play video games anymore. I play video games a lot more, but I don't think I would consider myself a gamer. Come to think about it, the last time I probably would consider myself a gamer is sometime around late 2023 to early 2024. Don't play video games anymore, except for some very strange exceptions. In the last 3 years, I played a total of 4 games start to finish. Those games are Skyrim, Minecraft, Ghost of Tsushima, and Baldur's Gate 3. One of those is actually an exception, and I'm going to talk about Minecraft here for a second. I only play Minecraft whenever my friends decide to all get on Minecraft. I refuse to play Minecraft alone, because I prefer games with extensive campaigns and stories. I view video games less as a form of entertainment and more of a form of storytelling. What I mean by that is pretty much as soon after I beat a game's campaign, I usually put down the game and do not pick it up unless I'm going to play through the game's campaign again. Why I could never get into video games like Fortnite, Warzone. Some of the COD games do have campaigns in them, but once again, I'm not a big fan of first-person shooters. That's just a personal thing. I played the campaign for Ghost of Tsushima around 8 months ago, and the game has really stuck with me. For Christmas 2024, and I played it in January, and it was a fun time. I'm a big fan of Sucker Punch Productions, the group that made Ghost of Tsushima, because they made my favorite game of all time, Infamous 2, but also because their games are just fluid, run great, usually have great campaigns, and usually have great moral questions in them. Some slight spoilers for Ghost of Tsushima here, so if you don't want to hear that, then skip ahead a little bit, probably like 10 to 20 seconds. But Ghost of Tsushima has a honor system, not in the way that Infamous has a karma system where it will tell you, but in the way that if you are, doing duels like an honorable samurai, at the end of the game, you'll be greeted with a sunset or a sunrise and it will look all beautiful. But, if you go around, executing people stealthily like an assassin or a bandit, as they call it, basically being the ghost instead of the honorable samurai, then the clouds at the end of the game will be like thunder clouds, rain clouds. I find this really cool because it judges you and it never tells you about this. To go out of your way to find out this information, and the first time I played through Ghost of Tsushima, I'm gonna be honest, the first half of the game I was completely honorable, and then the second half of the game pretty much said screw it and started, executing people Assassin's Creed style. And then, it turned, all the clouds turned black, and I was like, oh, is this game, judging me? That's badass! The game that does this, but it's more obvious, is Red Dead Redemption 2. As you play that game, people are going to start judging you if you're more or less honorable in certain ways. At the same time, that game kind of loses its charm once you figure out that Arthur is going to die. I don't feel like giving a spoiler warning for that one because I feel like everyone's played RDR2. I knew that information going into the game because, I had family who played it before and told me, but I was still able to get attached to the character, and when Arthur died, it felt like a punch to the gut. At the beginning of this video, that I only really like video games that, tell a big story or a connected story. And so you might be saying stuff like, oh, well, Baldur's Gate 3 and Skyrim don't have overarching stories. They're pretty much just going from one objective to another in whatever order you choose. And yeah, I kind of like that. Some friend groups have a 2-week annual Minecraft phase. Well, I find myself having an annual 2-week Skyrim phase. Look at me playing a stealth archer, totally being original. Pro tip, if you're ever about to start up a new Skyrim character and you need help deciding how you're going to play your character, look through some of the D&D books and see if there's something that catches your eye. For example, I was looking through the player's handbook and I saw the Arcane Trickster, and I was like, okay, cool, yeah, that's what my Skyrim's character is going to be. Thief that uses illusion magic and conjuration magic to, get stuff done. Baldur's Gate 3 is probably going to have to be its own video because, I like that game so much. I have the poster. Stickers. To my dad, because he bought me the deluxe edition. I'm pointing at the poster, but you can't see it. That's going to wrap up this video. I'm pretty much just talking about the video games that I've played. Yeah, bye.